Hello guys, this is Quiet Clerk. Today we will see about the types of the banks and its operations. The banks are classified or segregated based on various parameters and criteria. But today we are going to see about the classification based on its functions and operations. By this criteria, majority of the banks fall into six categories. They are retail bank, corporate bank, investment bank, cooperative bank, central bank and specialized bank. Although the core banking services are same for all the banking sectors, the significant difference is that the objective and targeted clients of the banks. Let's see retail banks now. So, what is a retail bank? These are the banks we mostly see on our localities. There is a possibility you might have seen that not all banks run in office building. Some banks even run in a place where house is modified to be the office. So, why such measures are taken by the bank? Because these are all the retail banks and whose main targeted clients are the general public or individual people like you and me. So, the definition goes like this. Retail banking is a unique mass market banking where individual customers are make use of the local branches of larger commercial banks. This system targets members of a general public and their personal needs of handling money. Meaning, since the retail banks are focused on mass market, which is nothing but providing services to the huge number of customers. In order to get more number of customers, the banks are even run in a house modified as office. Since the customers are individuals, the banks usually deals with the low value amounts. So, what does this retail banks do? We will see the most common services provided by the retail banks. Account opening. The retail banks helps the customers to open various types of accounts like savings accounts, which is the most common one. Also can open current accounts, RD accounts and FD accounts and maintain them. Second one is the acceptance of deposits and withdrawals. Okay, now we have opened the accounts but it will be empty. Hence, the banks accepts the money deposits to these accounts and helps the people to withdraw money based on their needs. This is why the cash counters of the banks are crowded, as this is being the most important functions of a bank. Next one is credit and debit cards. We can see this like a cards are the another mode of communication from the banks to help its customers to withdraw money from anywhere and customers need not visit the banks to make withdrawals. So, what does this debit and credit card means? Let's see this with a simple example. Let's take a hotel which uses a token system. So, the customers have to pay in advance to eat the food and they get the food based on the token they paid for. The same goes for debit cards. You deposit your money in your account and use your debit card to withdraw your money. The limit of your withdrawals is equal to your deposits. Also, take another hotel which uses the billing system after their services. So you can eat whatever you want based on your stomach capacity, of course, and pay the bill for the food you ate. Like this, you will be provided with a card with predefined limits like your stomach capacity, and you can use it within the limits and pay the bills post your usage. Let's move on to loans. The deposited money of others would be given to the people who might need a money. This is the definition of loans in simple words. There are two types of loans available, secure loan and unsecured loan. Secure loan would need a collateral, which is a security against your loan. For example, housing loan, vehicle loan, and gold loans. Also, there is a unsecured loan, which does not need a collateral. For example, personal loan. Next one is clearing of checks. Checks are the one of the major paper-based money transfer method. This check can be used to withdraw money from person A account and credit it to person B account. Check will be processed successfully only if person A account has the money. Else check will be rejected, which is normally called as bounced. Next one is lockers and safe deposits. It is a secured container usually held within a bank vaults. Safe deposits boxes are used to store valuable possessions like gemstones, jewels, property documents, even computer data if protection is needed. Like this, we can store any physical valuable thing that needs to be protected and guarded. Next one is online banking. This is the best feature that all banks are providing to their customers so that all kind of transactions can be done by using the internet at anywhere in the world. No one needs to visit the banks to process any transaction. With this, we can conclude this video. I hope this information is helpful to you. Stay tuned for more information. Thank you for your time. Take care. Please do subscribe to this channel and let's grow together. Bye bye.